Hello everyone, I'm Gaff, the Master974, back again doing another Destiny Prison of Elders solo guide. This time we're looking at Skolas' Revenge, the boss fight for the second set of rotation modifiers. For this week when I did it, it was small arms and light switch. So just get straight into the commentary and the boss fight where I actually succeed. Now unfortunately I did die a couple times during this run. The first time I actually did everything I was supposed to, and basically part of the strategy later on requires a sword block, and coming out of the sword blocks, Skolas' Scorch Cannon just with its blast radius got me and killed me, and I think the second death was basically not reaching the critical objective in time, which we'll discuss later. But phase 1 here, we have to kill servitors to allow this servitor bond's weakened buff to act on us, and basically that lowers Skolas' shields so we can do damage to him. So I'm running this with Xalo Supercell as opposed to something like Necrochasm, mostly because we get that arc damage on the primary weapon since small arms is on. Using an arc sniper as well, just in case we need to get a kill at distance against, say, a captain. And also we have the Dreadfang Void Sword, which is very important which when it comes to like phase 2. And there, as you see, captain getting up in my grill, it means that basically use your Xalo Supercell if you can, and of course they do lots of damage against you because of that light switch modifier, which basically means they get extra damage against you, so don't let them get up in your grill basically. So as you can see here, I'm trying to kill off some of the enemies as well, just because it makes our life a little bit easier. Of course I did die a couple of times trying to do this, so you know, it's more or less my strategy to do this is try and take out some of the enemies and deal with the boss in due course. So trying to figure out where Skolas actually went and actually where this servitor is. So I thought, you know what, I just about saw him I think, so I'm just running off over to where he is right now, and then we're going to Xalo Supercell him up, both the servitor and Skolas, when I see him actually, because I really don't know where he went. There he is, off to the left. So again, you want to prioritise the use of Xalo Supercell as small arms is on, so basically whatever primary weapon you have does more damage, and when you see the message servitor bonds are broken, then that means phase 1 is done, and then phase 2 is going to begin, and it starts with Skolas tainting the Guardian's light. So I think it's supposed to apply to a random Guardian, but since we're essentially the only Guardian in the game, then yeah, it means it's going to act pretty much exclusively on us. So this is where methodology of beating this arena comes into play, and what we're going to do is once it reaches about 0, we're going to sword block like so, and it takes 6 sword ammo away, plus probably another 1 if you're, you know, doing it at like 1 second or something, and basically you absorb the damage that the Devouring Essence would normally do to you. So normally under conventional circumstances that kills you, but we're cheesing the game a little bit to make it so we actually survive this effect. So I believe what was supposed to happen originally in, like, you know, year 1 Prison of Elders or whatever, you were basically supposed to do this with 3 people and exchange this Devouring Essence between everyone to basically cause a cleansing effect to act on all members of the team. And I think that like still continuously happens throughout the mission, or the arena in this case. So it's always going to be there basically, this Devouring Essence. So it's one of the things that you have to micromanage in this specific arena. So as you see again, it says, you know, Skolas taints a Guardian's light, so that's not good for us. So at this point, you know, again, it's just a matter of keeping an eye on the timer and hopefully having some heavy ammo synths if you need them. which hopefully it doesn't come to that, but you might need to, especially if you're like me and you like to take your time and have a perfect strategy to something. So in this case, we're going to block and then take 6 ammo away. You know when to unblock because you'll hear that tink sound effect, which means you've basically absorbed the damage. So it's not necessarily when the timer runs out, it's when the indication actually plays that you've blocked it successfully. And sometimes this happens as well. This is beneficial, where it says that Skolas taints a guided light, but it doesn't actually do anything. Though sometimes it says it and then it does it. So here's another instance where it said it and didn't actually do anything. So in that case, if that happens to you, that's great. Most of the time though, you will get affected. So this is where our first critical objective comes into play. We have to dismantle mines, which is probably the worst critical objective to do. My advice would be to stay somewhere in the middle of the arena, because you either have to go to the far with this mine or the one at the other end of the arena very quickly. And as you see here, I just wait for the mine to destroy itself, then to keep an eye on the devouring essence as well, and then just, you know, get somewhere in between the other 2 mines and then just head straight there if you can. And of course the worst case scenario is that the mines spawn in quick succession, in which case there's no way you'll be able to get from one mine to the other. Like here for instance, it's like I need to get to that mine but I can't get to it because I need to defuse the one I'm already at, so a little bit of pre-running may be handy. And my little observational advice is, if that mine is saying you've got about 10 seconds left on it and you haven't got to it, then you're pretty much screwed. So, you know, that's my telltale sign if you're going to be able to make it or not. Also, the sword block might not always work, because you do need to have a certain amount of health for it to basically block the damage and not kill you. So you really have to make sure that you have the necessary health. So having good recovery may help, but in my case I was running this with probably the worst recovery you could have on your subclass. Mostly because I wanted to have max agility, and max agility helps when dealing with the mines and all that and getting from one place to the other. And of course I think certain armor classes or armor pieces give you like a speed boost if you get ability kills, I think. So in my case that was what I was using here. That's why you see speed boost times 3, and it is a noticeable speed boost, and you I think it gives you extra you know, reload speed in that as well, so you're able to reload your weapons a lot faster, which is very beneficial. So I don't know about this devouring essence, if it's a random pick or if it's a line of sight thing. But you did see sometimes it did not act on me, and obviously now a lot of the times it is acting on me, so you really need that heavy ammo. Now I don't know if I'm running this with armamentarium or ruin rings. I don't think I paused to check my loadout in the video that I'm going to be watching. Though I would say armamentarium gives you supposedly extra heavy ammo if you have the perk to get extra heavy ammo, and ruin rings for the Titan, this is by the way exclusively, ruin rings gives you the increased drop chance of heavy ammo, but more heavy ammo per drop, which is beneficial since, you know, we're going to be using 6 sword ammo per devouring essence block. And if you're playing it cautiously like I am and running around the arena, then you'll be using that ammo quite a lot. So hence why in the beginning of the video you would have saw me say have heavy ammo simps, because if you don't have access to those kind of armor perks, then you're going to really need to have ammo simps to regenerate the ammo. So as you see there was one heavy ammo block there, and it gave me like 20 plus sword ammo and put me up to near the maximum amount of sword ammo I can have. So that's kind of the reason why I would recommend you have something like ruin rings on when doing this, as opposed to armamentarium. Now some of you might think, well, why can't we just use a other kind of sword or an exotic sword? The problem is that Skolas' boss fights, the enemies do arc and solar damage, so your gun isn't going to be as effective as blocking those kind of attacks, even though that's not what we're primarily doing. If they're attacking you, then it's going to cause some substantial damage against you. And an exotic sword, well, I would say it's a big no, because you want to have an exotic in another slot, like Zalo Supercell in this case, or if you have a preferred exotic adept weapon you want to use, then obviously you'd want to have that exotic free to use. So something like the Void Edge or the Dreadfang is probably the best sword to use, even though I think from experimentation with the Memory of Raidgast and the Armamentarium with extra heavy ammo, you only get like 51 ammo, unless there's like a glitch you can do where it doesn't always give you that ammo. But I think because I died, that's the it's only giving me a max of 51. And I think in the next set of rotation modifiers, there's something interesting that happens that you'll see that it might be a glitch, I don't know, but it wasn't depleting the ammo at the rate it was supposed to. Like, it was only taking 1 ammo off of the sword block when it wasn't supposed to. So either the amount of ammo I had was glitched, or the game itself was glitched. So anyway, it is what it is. So in this case, as you see, more enemies respawned in, so just gonna try and take them out and get away from as many enemies as you can, because when that Devouring Essence is going down, you want to block it and at least have some health left. And in my case, with bad recovery, you're going to want to have a nice safe space. No, safe space, yeah, definitely. You want to have a nice safe space to allow for recovery and not let enemies get right up in your grill like what was happening there. So we should be focusing on blocking the Devouring Essence it's on right now. Apologies, I can't speak today. And hopefully then just have an all-out assault on Skolas to reduce its health down, to then trigger the next critical objective, which is unfortunately going to be more dismantle mines. And honestly, if you can keep on top of the Devouring Essence, then the arena's not that bad, especially the boss fights. But of course, this dismantle mines literally is what makes the arena either doable or not doable. So in this case, I'm like, where's the mine going to be? Oh, it's right here. Enemies spawned right in front of my face. You can't really predict where the mines are going to go. The order's not always the same. So, you really got to play it strategically. So as you hopefully see, I'm going to drop off near the middle. Just because you might even need to go off to where I'm heading now or behind me. And it seems that, oh god, the Devouring Essence is going to kill me. Gotta run away. Sword block nearly kills you. Mine's on the other side of the arena. I've got no health. Oh Jesus Christ, I gotta run away. Dodge and weave. Just got hit, so I don't get my shields back. That mine is exceedingly close to the point where you won't be able to defuse it if you don't have the time. It's about 10 seconds left, and it's like, no, you're not going to do it. There's no chance in hell that you're going to pull this off. No, you haven't done it, and just about did it. So it's probably not even 10 seconds, but you want to hit it with 10 seconds just to be on the absolute safe side. So if you're hitting it at 10 seconds, you're kind of cutting it, to be honest. But as you see there, I just about pulled it off. The last mine spawned in at a reasonable time to allow me to block the Devouring Essence and defuse it in a reasonable amount of time. Of course, it doesn't help that Skolas was shooting right there with an effect weapon, so that's not going to help out too much. But all I can say is, now that that has been done and dusted with, the arena is essentially ours. All we need to do is keep an eye on Devouring Essence. There's a heavy ammo drop there, which I needed. As you see, I only had 8 sword ammo left, so I reloaded the gun, and the game's saying I never did, which is a bit of a glitch. You saw the clip go in, but apparently it didn't go in all the way, so at this point it's like, yep, just run away, get away from all those bastards. We just want a sword block, have a nice happy completion of this arena. So at this point it's like, take out the snipers, they're going to be problematic, and then try and take out Skolas himself. So of course, what I would recommend as well is to possibly pull off a super on the last critical objective. So basically when you defuse the mine, you can pull off a super at the last bomb you have to dismantle. Just so you know at that point that you're going to be killing a lot of enemies and hopefully saving yourself. And then by doing what I'm doing now, which is killing all the enemies, you have the opportunity to regenerate another super. So in this point, you're going to see a sword block, figure out where Skolas went, and try and take out some of the enemies. There's a captain over there. I'll try and kill him from maximum distance with the Zalo supercell. That was a nice headshot, but he somehow hit me and it missed. But at this point, it's like Skolas is nearly dead, so I might as well swoosh right on in and with a super and take him out. And as you can see, this bitch is toast. And all the dregs like just died around him. That was pretty funny. But yeah, we killed his ass. Happy days. That's Skolas' revenge soloed with the second rotation modifiers that are active. In total, that took me about half an hour to do, mostly because I did die a couple of times, and so that time includes deaths. But all in all, it was only about 16 minutes, but this arena could take upwards of an hour to do, purely based off of the modifiers and your luck with the critical objective. So at this point, it's like, yep, just change my loadout back to the ideal loadout that I usually run with. I was using Ruin Rings, if you saw that, and of course Memory of Raid Ghast as well, but it seems as if only 50 ammo was the max that I could get, when you'd think it's more. As always, there's that dead ghost there, which you can revive if you need to for a Grimoire card, but it's always going to be there. And our rewards for this, quite obviously, is 1 armor core. That's not right. No, that's because I have to go to the postmaster to get some stuff. So we did get something different, the Kelslayer's Cure, which is a chest from House of Wolves era, but unfortunately that is completely useless because it's only 170 at level 20, and yeah, it's just essentially completely worthless. And so what you'll see very shortly is that I go to the Vestian Outpost and I show you what I get and the dismantling of the armor core and the weapon core that we should have got for doing the arena, as well as going over the armor and stuff that I got. So in this case, over the course of the entire arena, I died 4 times. So this is the rewards that you didn't see me get. There was a token of flight, an etheric light in there, the mark of the Kelslayer, which is a drop I've always got for doing this. I believe I leveled up with Varric, so I got the Aegis of the Reef pulse rifle there. And yeah, just go over the weapons I've got, and of course dismantling the House of Judgment's reputation boosting things. So ladies and gentlemen, that has been Skolas' Revenge soloed with the second set of rotation modifiers. Hopefully you found this helpful. Like and subscribe and all that, and I will see you for the final video for the third set of rotation modifiers. Have a great day.